test subject number 0501. Again, welcome to the Aperture Science and Enrichment Center. My name is Jerry. The Aperture Science Enrichment Center Special Sections Testing Artificial Intelligence. I am pleased to let you know that your transfer was successful from the Vault number 05 Test Subject Hibernation Center to the Vault number 05 Test Chamber Center. We are currently in a sealed part of the facility, Aperture Science and Enrichment Center, Special Section, Vault number 05, that we have set up to test special tests with special test subjects, like yourself. Due to current technical difficulties, I will provide instructional and motivational support, instead of saving people, so that science can still be done, even in the happening of negative events, like meteor impact, volcano eruption, and World War II, society collapse, super virus, apocalypse, zombie apocalypse, cats, earthquake, nuclear attack, alien attack, and so on. The door will open and the testing will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I built this little chamber to show you how the buttons work. First of all, you have to stand in front of the button, then you press it with your fingers. You know, they are at the end of your hand. Good. This is a floor button. You can stand on it or put cubes on it. Try it. Nice work. Let's see if you can do it by yourself. Don't worry, it won't be difficult. I said it wouldn't be that difficult. It is true that even a preschooler could have solved it, but don't let that fact bother you. The point is, you managed to solve it, and that's good. But here's the time for the real testing. Please enter into the vault number 05. Please find a way to the test chamber track, so we can continue the testing process. I'm sorry, but the door seems to be stuck. You have to find another way inside. There should be a vent near you. Open it and try to get through it to the other side of the door.
start testing.
Sorry for the darkness. You know, I just started up this testing track. Good. Even button-based testing is a really big part of the science here in Aperture, so don't be surprised if you run into such tests. A lot. This next test contains quantum tunnels, and applies the principles of momentum to movement through portals. Don't worry, I help you out. solving this test you seem to understand how a portal affects forward momentum. This test is about changing the portal's placement. Are you doing this on purpose? Solve this test with an outbreaking speed. By solving the previous tests, you prove that you mostly understand how portals work and the importance of their placement. In this test chamber, you can receive your well-deserved Aperture Science handheld quantum tunneling device. With this you can create and move your own portals, which will play a very important role in the solving of the following tests. What the? Okay, never mind. We are not gonna talk about this anomaly ever again. Okay? Congratulations. In this next test, you don't have to be afraid of gaps that you can't jump over, no matter how small they are, because you have a portal gun. But to be safe, I built a staircase for you, just in case you try to jump over the gap. What a flight. You did an amazing job. This test is about... Well, in the description of the test, it says, yes, I think you have a much higher IQ than the person who wrote this and made this chamber, so I think you can easily solve this test. Until then, I will review the data of the scientists who created the test chamber. Imagine, this test was made by a man who was only hired because his parents paid off the company. After making the design of the test chamber, he was throwing tantrums for a Nobel Prize. Then he died, in his own chamber. Because he couldn't solve it, and the workers didn't let him out because everyone hated him. He was working here for 2 months, but he got his own real and only fake Nobel Prize. He died happy. Maybe. I told you this because I thought you might be interested in the story. Anyway, the test result is no. Chamber number 7. In this test I introduce you the Aperture Science High Energy Pellet. This testing element can be really dangerous, especially in case of physical contact, so it is recommended to avoid it. Please be careful. Very good work. In this chamber, we removed the floor and filled the gap with a deadly goo, also known as toxic water, acid, hazard liquid. While solving the chamber, please do not interact with the liquid under any circumstances, except in the case of a death wish. In case of death, please inform us about your state and experiences so our employees who are designated for this purpose can help you with the problem. Good. Chamber 9, you have to do what you did in all the previous chambers. By the way, it's still not very healthy to interact with the goo. It also can kill my circuits, so even I'm afraid of it. Fun fact, one of its ingredient is made out of the unusable materials of the organic life forms that they produce after digesting food. Humans also call it as poop or poo-poo. It also contains lot of acid and other chemicals that are not good for you. performance. Congratulations, you have reached the 50% of the testing track. Testing will soon come to an end. Also, we added Aperture Science material emancipation grids to this and a few of the following tests, so they are more complicated and harder to solve. Good luck. Now that you are in possession of a dual portal device, you can create your own pair of portals. Very good. In this chamber, if you activate the Aperture Science High Energy Pellet Launcher, it will automatically launch another Aperture Science High Energy Pellet when the previous Aperture Science High Energy Pellet already dissolved. The Aperture Science High Energy Pellet still can be really dangerous, and if you are careless, the outcome is usually death with a 90% chance. So I think you should be careful and avoid death. In case of death, remember the instructions given in Test Chamber 8. An audio file was attached to the data of this test chamber. According to the testing protocol, I have to play this audio file while you solve this test.
Attention test subject. First of all, congratulations on successfully passing the previous test. Keep it up. The second thing. You may have noticed that the test chamber is incomplete. So yeah, since the founder is dying, a little more money should be invested in the development of the artificial intelligence prototype. So we use most of the money for that. We apologize for the inappropriate testing environment. Happy testing!
Another success is added to your files. Look, your files. I haven't even looked at them. Let's see. Name, test subject number 0501. Properties, kind, intelligent, friendly. Oh, we are friends, right? Right? Very good work. So about you being friendly. Can we be friends? So if you are friendly, meet some of my friend cubes. They are a little shy so they don't talk a lot, but I think you will get along. Very good work. So about you being friendly. Can we be friends?